Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Tacoma. This song is dedicated to everybody. Sing along with me. It's Everybody is a Star. Everybody is a star who can rain and chase the dust away. Everybody wants to shine and come out on a cloudy day till the sun that loves you proud when the system tries to bring you down. Every hand is shine tonight. You don't need the darkness to do what you think is right. La 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 la. Ooh. Everybody is a star. I can feel it when you shine on me. I love you for who you are, not the one that you feel you need to be. Never catch a falling star. Ain't no stopping till it's in the ground. Everybody is a star. One big circle going round and round. La, 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 la. Ooh, la, 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 la. Ooh.
Thank you for that beautiful music, Stephan. And hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Kunimoto. I am your Vice Chairman and MC here at Unity of Tacoma. And this is Gabby, my best friend, here to share the positive vibes and smile at the camera.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining our online session. I have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, Cindy Akana, whose talk title today is How to Thrive with Social Restrictions, and our musical guest, Stephan Plummer, who's been giving amazing music to Unity for quite a while. Thank you all again for joining us. And Cindy, if you could lead us into this morning's prayer, that would be amazing.
Yes, let's join together with one heart and with one mind, one soul, one spirit. We are one collective body. We join together to nurture each other, to nurture ourselves, to be inspired so that we can go forth and inspire. And so let it be, and so it is. Amen.
Amen. Then we have another song from Stephan.
This one is a fun song. It's called I Am Blessed, and the words are I am blessed, 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 blessed. Okay? So, hey, you know, we're truly blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. And that's it. Let's sing. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. Let's sing it one more time. You ready? Want to sing it one more time? I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Yes, I'm blessed.
Thank you, Stephan. That was fantastic. I always love doing the morning services with you. So fantastic. A pastor friend of mine constantly battled food restrictions. Sometimes after eating, he experienced extreme stomach pain. Other times he felt fine. So after many years of this, he finally went to the doctor and discovered that he had irritable bowel syndrome, or commonly known as IBS. Now, it turned out that his symptoms of IBS are often caused by eating things like wheat, dairy, citrus foods, beans, legumes, fried foods, red meat, roughage in terms of greens, salads, and other high fiber foods, nuts, coconut, and chocolate. That's like the worst. I was so sad. But it was interesting, as the list of what he could not eat got longer, he felt very restricted regarding his diet. He felt he was missing out on so many yummy things, especially those chocolate desserts. So now, since he was my friend and he had a hard time keeping track, I helped him keep track of what caused his abdominal pain. And as the list got longer, I decided to make a list of what he could eat rather than what he could not. So we began to look at his opportunities rather than his deficits for food. So when he was invited to a church member's house for dinners, he would say things like, I can eat chicken and turkey. I can have rice and potatoes and fresh fruit, rather than saying, I can't eat beef, salads, and wheat breads, things like that. So he was focused on the positive. And then the people knew how to please him, how to create a meal that he would for sure could eat and enjoy. Now, with this focus, he found the list of what he could eat was actually longer than the list of what he could not eat. And as he changed his diet, fortunately, his abdominal pains dissipated and he began to enjoy eating again. So as I focus on my message today, which is how to thrive under social restrictions, the first point I want to make is that we thrive under social restrictions when we focus on what we can do and not on what we cannot do. So we focus on what we can do rather than focus on what we cannot do. So when we face new restrictions of any kind, we definitely experience loss. And in the case of the social bans we face in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19, we are experiencing many losses, such as the loss of habits, the loss of norms. We're losing time with friends, with family. I haven't seen my parents. They live in California. I'm not going down there now. It's too smoky, but they're 80 something. We have lost the chance to go out and be entertained, to go out to restaurants for the most part. We've lost cosmetic services. Like, this is my COVID haircut, right? I do it myself. Fortunately, I know how to cut an 80s haircut again still, so I'm okay. Now, I'm not saying that we ignore the losses, because that's important. We should acknowledge the losses. I am saying, however, that if you can change your view from what you are missing out on and what you've lost to what you have and what you can do now, you move from a deficit mindset to a grateful mindset. Just being aware of what you can do is a form of being grateful. And a grateful mindset will actually help empower you to move forward rather than sit and lick your wounds. Well, not that licking your wounds is bad, okay? However, a grateful mindset helps you see your blessings, your assets, and your options. So I don't want to make light of the light of loss, because sometimes it is difficult to see the benefits and blessings as you move forward. So you've got to be able to find that balance of both embracing the loss, but also looking forward, looking at what you do have. Alfredo, what are you doing? Well, I thought I would just pop in to help. Help with what? Well, help to make your point. I made a video that demonstrates what you are talking about. Oh, you did you? Yes, I did. And I think it's very good. So I think you should show it. Well, okay, let's look at it. I'll see if I can. It's right there. You just touch on that thing right there. Okay, I'll see if I can set it up. Could you just wait? Wait, let's go. Let's see what it's like. Okay, hang on. So let's trying to be. Oops. There we go. I'm going to share my screen. Pull up the video. Pull up the video. Oop, there we've got it. Okay, now apparently, while I was doing this, Alfredo mentioned that it's a little quiet, so you may have to turn your volume up to hear him, but we're gonna go and see the best here and plug my microphone. Let's see what we got going on here.
Hi, my name is Alfredo, like the sauce. I wanted to point out the smoke that's up in the air. Can barely see out my front yard. But that's the point. Sometimes it's smoky. Sometimes we have things like COVID-19, and we have to stay indoors. So we don't get to be as social as maybe we normally are. So I wanted to show you kind of what that's like. It's kind of like being put into a box. Now, here I am in front of my box. So I'm going to climb in because I fit. So here goes. Dive in head first. Now, I'm stuck in the box, and I feel like how you might feel when you're stuck at home. It's kind of dark in here, though. We get some lights. Now, check this out. Look what I did with my box. I was stuck in it, but I came up with a new idea, and I cut holes in it and stuff so I can put my head and my arms out so I can be out here. So I was creative with my situation. So that just goes to show you can always be creative with whatever position you find yourself stuck in. And I meant stuck. So that's all for now. I'm Alfredo, like the sauce. Goodbye.
Okay. What'd you think? Oh, I thought that was good. Thank you very much. Alfredo, don't you have something to do? I don't think so. Yeah, I think you have something to do. Oh yeah, I have to go to the kitchen. I'm making me some pumpkin lasagna. Come over for lunch, okay? I make good pumpkin lasagna. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Enjoy your cooking. Okay, bye. Well, I love having Alfredo here, and he did actually make a really, really good point. He actually started out kind of putting into my second point, which is we thrive under social restrictions when we create. So back in the 1980s, I was a college athlete. I played college volleyball, college softball. I also played it in high school. As a matter of fact, I played volleyball and softball whenever I could, which was a lot. That was what I spent my spare time doing. That's in the 80s. Now in 2004, I was diagnosed with systemic lupus. And that's an autoimmune disorder where your body attacks itself thinking your connective tissues are foreign bodies. So people with lupus often experience swollen joints and tendons. We get skin rashes, extreme fatigue, and brain fog. And I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, that's right, brain fog, where we forget things. Well, there did come a day when the physical restrictions I experienced made me set aside volleyball and softball. But like my friend with his diet, instead of focusing on what I couldn't do, I focused on what I could do. But I had to get creative because there wasn't other recreational interests that I did that my body was able to do. So instead of just hoping I could play those things, I came up with some new sports, and I found out I could mountain bike and I could sea kayak. And oh my gosh, up here in the Northwest, both of those are super fun. And I could do those even though I had bad knees and I had limited motion. So I went out of my regular routine, got creative, and found new things that I could do that I could really enjoy. However, these days, I have a knee that just does not want to not swell. And so my biking is now out. I can still kayak, and I have done that in the last couple months. But I love to stay active and I love to be productive. So I had to come up with something else recreational to do. And of course, yard work was a good one to do. But I also picked up another one, and it's called napping. Because of the fatigue, sometimes I feel extremely tired in the afternoon. So, and because I like to be productive, I thought I'd say to myself, I'm going to take a nap. I'm intentionally going to take a nap. I'm going to do this event. And so when I woke up, or when I wake up after like 3 hours, sometimes 3 hours after I fall asleep, I congratulate myself. Good for you. You took a long, powerful nap. And then I can feel productive, like I did something that I chose to do, rather than, oh man, I gotta lay down for a while. So it becomes part of my sometimes my daily routines, not every day, but so let's go back and let's just turn this a little bit more focused on social restrictions. We have these social restrictions that we're living with. So how can we be creative with our social life when our social life is restricted? And I have just some ideas. Start a hobby, start a new hobby. Now I went out and I got 4 puppets. And so I use those because I'm a high school teacher. I'm actually using those to help teach my high school students. And maybe in the future you can meet some of the other ones. But Alfredo, he's kind of fun, so I enjoy working with him. Pick up old hobbies, something that you used to like to do, maybe get it back out and work on that. Mine is yard work. That's an old thing. I love that. I'm like, fortunately, I live on 2 acres and I have lots of yard to play in. So I always am finding things to do out in the yard. Maybe you like to get a car you have or a shed or something and get out and repair it. Do something home improvement. Maybe take an online class. I actually did a conference this summer and I got certified to teach applied math. So I have another class I can teach for my high school students. I recommend reading books on anti-racism and help change the power structure of our nation. I'm currently finishing up the book called White Fragility. And this is an excellent book that white people should read before they read anti-racism books. It's crucial so that we understand a little bit more of ourselves as a race. It's really important before we can start looking at maybe even some anti-racism stuff. Maybe pick up knitting or sewing needles. I brought my sewing machine back out and made some pillows. I'm going to make a dress here. So get some things back out that you know how to do or want to learn how to do. Develop a second language. I mean, there's so many things you can do. And if you like to be active, you can do the more active things. If you don't like to be quite so active, then don't. The point is that when we better ourselves, we actually are better for others. So I'm going to say that again. When we better ourselves, we're actually better for others. Sometimes it's easy to curl up in bed or slap down in front of the TV. And these aren't bad things, but what would happen if we each borrowed some of that time that we were doing nothing and we got creative with it and used it for personal growth or cognitive growth or systemic growth in our society? I think during this time, some amazing changes could happen within us and around us if we took time to do that. So I want to just review. I've gone over 2 points. One is we thrive under social restrictions when we focus on what we can do and not on what we cannot do. We thrive under social restrictions when we can create. So I'm going to address the third one, which is we thrive under social restrictions when we take care of ourselves. So I think this is important. As a teacher, I am very aware that my students have a variety of learning styles and interests. So much so that I use a different means for explaining the lesson. I'll do it in a variety of ways. I give them choices for how they want to work. They can work alone or with a partner or in a small group. And I allow them different forms for showing me what they're learning. So they can make a flyer, they can make a slideshow, they can write a paper. They have a variety of ways that they can do that. So I'm meeting the needs of more students by doing that. It's my way of taking care of them. But if my students are not even getting their basic needs met, like I have a lot of students who are going hungry. Our school is doing great to provide meals for breakfast and lunch. Even though kids aren't coming to schools, they can come pick up meals for breakfast and lunch 5 days a week. But still, our kids are always hungry. Do they have a place to sleep? Are they living with parents and guardians who are sober and present with them? That's an issue too. Do they have health concerns? When they have any of those personal needs not being met, it's very hard for them to concentrate on school. So I think it's the same thing when we're restricted, even socially. We need to make sure that we're having some of our basic needs met. And I think some of those is, are we getting enough sleep? Because the lack of sleep, oh my gosh, can just change your world. So are you worrying too much? And are you finding ways that, things that are keeping you up? So getting enough sleep, figuring out how do you get that sleep? Are you eating a balanced diet? Again, our diet does impact our brain and our physical body. So are we eating a variety of things as opposed to just cherry pie? And cherry pie, I like chocolate cake and cherry pie. But I think some of the most really important things, that's, really giving emphasis there, is that we nurture ourselves. We nurture ourselves with kindness. Be gentle with ourselves, be kind. And you've heard this before, but I think it's important in this. Give yourself room to have the different emotions. Give yourself room to feel the loss or to feel lonely. Those are, that's okay. And just forgive yourself for things that you think you shouldn't have done or have done. And the last one I want to touch on is engaging in supportive relationships. Now, this may mean regularly connecting, if you can't face-to-face, maybe regular connecting with supportive friends via the phone. You have Facebook, any kind of social medias like that. FaceTime or Zoom are essential for social health. Any of those things are going to be essential. It's important to do those things. I was participating in an intensive group therapy session, and the thing that stood out to me was how many people were living with damaging relationships at home and at work, and they didn't know how to get out of those relationships or change the dynamics. And I think this is important because when we are in damaging relationships, it really unlevels our equilibrium and we will feel off. And so in a time like this, if you're living with people that it's difficult to live with, maybe figure out how to change that situation. And there's a couple ways to do that. And one is to actually address the situation. You might need to get out, go live with your best friend, something like that. You may need to make a change like that. But there's other ways in terms of if you're actually want to deal with it. I like the idea of coming to somebody with that it is as a dilemma. So instead of saying, I need this, or I can't stand it when you do this, you come up with the dilemma and say, here's what's happening for me. This is what I'm experiencing. You're not saying anything about the other person or how they're bad or wrong or anything. You're just saying, here's my dilemma. Here's what's happening for me. What are some ideas that you have that can help change this? And then you work together as a partnership or as a group, and you figure out what's going to work for everybody. So it's not an issue of somebody's bad needs to change. It's an issue of, oh, we've got this situation. Now, can you help me problem solve this? What can we do in the future? And there are people that really like to, if they see it as a dilemma, want to help, fix it. And so that's one way to do it. Another way is just internally find yourself focusing on the good parts of the person or the people you live with and not on their bad parts. Oh my gosh, she's always doing this. How about, no, look at, what she does this. I love it when she comes home and she's just always funny, or she's always just, bright and happy. I don't care that she, leaves the dishes in the sink. I mean, you can focus on the dishes in the sink, or you can focus on, how she makes you feel when she comes in and says, hi, or if he's doing this and not doing this. So focusing on what they are doing that makes you happy. And I think the third thing is actually outwardly praising the people you live with for the things that they do that you appreciate. We take so many things for granted. But again, if you're focusing on and saying, oh my gosh, I love it when you come in and say hello to me. I love it when you pick up your stuff. And I really like it when you sit down on the couch and talk with me, and you focusing and telling them you appreciate things about them. Often people will want to do more of that when they are told that they're appreciative. Now, you're not playing a game. You're sincerely being appreciative. So with those things in mind about focusing on what you do have and creating what you want to have, and having supportive relationships, those are 3 things that you can do if you're stuck in your own home. If you don't even have a yard you can go out to, those are things that you can do that can help you thrive in a socially restrictive environment. So I'm going to close with that, keeping those things in mind. And we're going to go into we're going to have, Stephan's going to do some music first, but then we're going to have a really cool meditation after that. So Stephan, thank you very much.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Cindy. Lovely to work with you. This is a song that I want to share with you. It's called Highest Good. Strong as an oak tree, free as the wind, faithful like seasons, again and again, soaring like eagles high in the sky, spreading their wings, learning to fly. Beautiful flower, show me the way as you bloom on a sunny day. Strong and free, in faith I'll be, in devotion to the highest good. Peaceful as Buddha, wise like Lasso, gifted as Mozart, given to you. Mother Teresa, serving the poor, humble like she was, what she stood for. Forgiving like Jesus, kindness is king. We can be all of these things. Peaceful and wise, giving a prize in devotion to the highest good. All that I ask is given in the will of God. All that I need is gifted in my creation. Beautiful flower, show me the way as you bloom on a sunny day. Peaceful and wise, in faith abide, and devotion to the highest good. In devotion to the highest good. Highest good. Highest good.
So let us move into a time of meditation. Just ask that you, if you're comfortable, closing your eyes and take in a couple deep breaths. Just listen to your breath as you breathe in and you breathe out. And I'm going to have you do some imagery, so it probably would be easier to close your eyes. But as you close your eyes, I want you to picture yourself out in nature somewhere, someplace that you, whether it's on a beach or in the woods or on a meadow, someplace that you enjoy being, but being out in nature somewhere, and you're just standing out there right now. So take in a breath of where you are and feel the salt air or the mountain wind, whatever it is, just breathe that in. And I just want you to take a direction and start walking. Now on this walk, you're going to come across some doors, and they're just going to be doors that are just sitting out there in the wilderness. And each one of these doors, I'm going to invite you to walk through when you get to it. And I want you to, there's the first door. So if you see the first door, make your way to that first door. Don't go through the door, just come to the door. On the door, it says, something you need. And when you're ready, just walk through that door and see what's on the other side. It's something that you need. Open the door and come through, go through and see what is it that you need. Maybe something pops up quickly. Maybe it's taking a while to formulate. Don't push away whatever it is, though. Just welcome it. If it doesn't seem right or it seems weird, just welcome it. So I want you to you can either leave that there or you can take it with you. Thank it for appearing to you, and you'll think about the message later, but just welcome that. And then move along again, start walking. And you'll see another door. Make your way to that door. And this one, don't go through the door yet to get there at the door. And the door says on this one, something that you're taking for granted. So when you're ready to go through that door to see, what is it, something that you're taking for granted? What is it that you see when you walk through? Again, just welcome it, whatever it is. Don't try to figure out what it means just yet. Just welcome it. Thank it for being there. And then again, you can either take it with you or you can leave it behind as you walk further into whatever area that you are further along. So keep walking. Enjoying whether it's sunshine or a light rain, whatever's happening around you, the weather, just enjoying that. And up ahead is another door. And make your way to that door. As you stand outside the door, this one says something you can create for a better you. Something you can create for a better you. And when you're ready, open that door, go through and see what's there. Thank that thing for being there. Again, you don't have to figure out what it means just yet. Just be grateful for it and welcome it. Again, you can leave it behind or take it with you. And we're going to walk. This is our last little walk. There'll be just one more door that we're going to come to. That's a big door. I want you to see a big door. There's a big door up ahead. And come to that big door. Before you walk through, this door says something you can create for a better world. What's something you can do or be to create a better world? So when you're ready, open up that door and step through. Thank whatever it is that you see for being there. Welcome it. Just think about the 4 things that you saw. And if you didn't get some stuff behind a door, don't worry, just let that go. If you collected 2 things, 1 thing, if you didn't get anything, just let that go too. It doesn't matter. Take the things that you have and look at them. Because later I'm going to invite you to revisit them and see what they're telling you. But looking at them right now, is there a message that you're pulling from that? And when you're ready, go ahead and just take some deep breaths and open your eyes back up and join the community. I'm going to invite Stephan to come back and sing for us again, play for us.
There we go. This is a song I wrote a number of years ago. It's called Right Here and Right Now. The empty page spins back at me, an endless sea of possibilities. Pen to the page, I pray God, help me write them down. What I want and what I dream, I swam toward this inner peace. The holy gap beckons, everything's unfolding in divine order. Right here and right now, keep your heart open. Right here and right now, surrender into knowing you are at choice. You're free to choose. Right here and right now, it's all for our learning. Right here and right now, stay awake to this yearning and ask the question, what would God have me do now? Ask the question, what would God have me do now? Ask the question, what would God have me do now? And when I hear the answers, Help me write them down.
Thank you so much, Stephan, and thank you, Cindy, for the beautiful message and music. That was gorgeous, the both of you. I have some last few announcements. I'll give the benediction and then I'll sign us out. I just want to say that you are supporting us by sharing our website and letting your friends and family know where you're spending your Sunday mornings. Your tithes and donations allow us to continue our effort of providing you amazing guest speakers and musicians, such as the ones we've had today. If you feel called to donate, you can do so on our website, unityoftacoma.org, using PayPal or Zelle. A new feature on our website as well, we have an art gallery now where we're posting art done by our individual community members and our community members as a whole. Our latest piece was our social distancing art that we did, yes, social distancing from each other. If you're curious on how that looks, you can go on our website and check it out. And if you have any art pieces that you've done recently, you can email at info@unityoftacoma.org. Be assured to include a little blurb of how you felt doing it or what it means to you so that we can add that as a description to your piece. And join us next Sunday for our guest speaker, Joanna Gabriel, and our musical guest, Dallas Talley. I want to thank you all again for joining us this Sunday. So now I'll pray us out. So let's have everyone take a deep breath in and out. And as you take another deep breath, let's be present in this space together. Giving this prayer into the coming week, let's ask Spirit to help us remember the physical distance from each other is just that, a physical one. We are all still here in this moment, listening to our inner voice and seeking peace and happiness as a community. Let's use this unique time period in our life to strengthen ourselves and the bonds we share with others. Amen.
Amen.
So again, I want to thank everyone for joining us, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Be safe. Bye, Alfredo. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
I'd want his autograph if we, didn't have to socially distance from each other. It does feel like I'm meeting a celebrity.
I'll send you something.
Hopefully you can come on again one Sunday. That'd be amazing.
Cool. Maybe I can sing. La 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 la. Bye. Stephan, you were awesome.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I want his autograph too, actually. Right?
Cool.
I want to take his